Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? Oh my God. Can you tell I got thrown off because I'm just realizing right now that I switched the layout when I was doing something? We can't have that. Now we're back. Also, can we see this shirt? Look at this shirt. It's the most excited I've been for a t-shirt in a long time. Good to be back. Hope everybody's having a great start to the week. We got Monday. We got SORARE NBA. We got a little live before lock. Our guy George is going to be joining us momentarily. But let's do one thing of business before we get started. We just dropped a link into the chat. You can see it's pinned. Sign up for the SORARE. Be one of the team hold SORARians. What does that get you? It gets you the value hunting place before everyone else, or in some cases, like this week where I didn't have a chance to record a value hunting video, you're the only one that gets the place. So sign up for that. We also do Live After Dark, which starts right after this show with whoever our guest is and myself. We hang out for an extra 30 minutes or so, do some lineup optimization. We give away another rare tier card and hang out. So go ahead and sign up. Speaking of rare tier card giveaways, do me a favor, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. You have to do that in order to qualify. Plus, hashtag Spider. You got to put hashtag Spider. And unfortunately, it's bad Spider. It's bad Spider news because Donovan Mitchell just came out today, is going to miss the next 3 games for, stuff I didn't understand. Platelet, knee stuff. I don't know. I don't really get it. Maybe it's because Josh Hart tucked his chain back in. We'll never know. But yeah, so Donovan's no-go this game week, which means, all the other guys are good plays. Speaking of good plays, look at this guy right here. George, how we doing, sir?
Feeling loopy. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to dive into a fresh slate back in Live Before Lock Streets. There we go.
Yeah, dude, listen, you went away just long enough that people both missed you and got concerned. There was like real concern. They were like, he met Tony Parker and then he said, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah, I can confirm Tony Parker did release me. He fed me well and kept me well, but yes, he did let me go. And we're back in the Live Before Lock Streets. Yeah, he basically was just like, Wembanyama picks only, and they were going to go. And unfortunately, I couldn't afford the Wembanyama rare.
Makes sense.
Rare all defense, but it's one of them things. But yeah,
it makes sense. All right, what we'll do for those that are just joining, we're going to go over all the injury news, then we'll break down some projections, and then get to some of your questions before we give away that rare tier card. Before I guess I rattle through some injury news, George, any takes, anything you need to get off your chest heading into this upcoming game week?
Nothing in particular screaming out to me, and that's quite sort of disappointing, I would say, on the muchly, I don't know why it's anticipated as me returning. I've been gone for a week, but no, there's nothing in particular that this slate sort of screams out to me, apart from the fact that, as per usual, I don't like my lineups, but nothing's new there.
Yeah, dude, I had a real come to Jesus moment that maybe I'll save for after dark. But I offloaded some cards because I had to just look at myself in the mirror and realize that my champion lineups have no fucking shot in hell, and that I should just you consolidate and just bang out the contenders where I've been winning cards regularly. Maybe I just focus on that until I can afford a Luka. So that's what I did. But all right, let's dive into some of this injury stuff. It's actually not super straightforward. We've got some questionable stuff that hopefully we get before lock, but I'm not sure. Giannis is questionable. That is the earlier game. The Clippers did just travel, played a back-to-back too. It's kind of a tough schedule though, where they played the game yesterday, tough one against the Wolves, then have to travel and play Milwaukee tonight. He's got a Q tag. I'm leaning he's playing, but who knows? LeBron James has a Q tag for the 987th consecutive game. Anthony Davis is probable. De'Aaron Fox, who's missed the last couple of games, also has a Q tag. Triple J looks like he's about to miss another game. Jeremy Grant is also doubtful. DeAndre Hayton is questionable. Keontae George is questionable. That was kind of a late Q tag, too. That makes me think he's probably a no-go. Alex Caruso is questionable. Ben Simmons is out. Real quick, too, the other thing I just want to hammer in is we got some Tuesday news as well while we had gone live. So let me refresh this quickly just to make sure I got it all, baby. So we've got Max Strus has been also ruled out for tomorrow, which means I am playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. You see, Okoro is questionable. Tyler Hero is going to miss another game tomorrow. Jalen Brunson. This is actually good news for the Bing Bong Boys of New York that he's only questionable because I thought he was going to miss a couple of games. Porzingis and Jaylen Brown are both questionable for Tuesday. Nick Richards, who missed the last game, is questionable. We saw the Donovan Mitchell stuff. Seth Curry's out 2 weeks. Cody Martin's out 2 weeks. Jalen Williams, Jay Will, the big, is out tonight. Tumani Kamara was listed questionable. I will say, just off of this. Oh, and Luke is questionable for tomorrow. I think we're caught up now. Just off of that Blazers news. So if Grant is doubtful, Kamara is questionable, which was a late Q tag, and DeAndre Ayton is questionable. If all of those guys miss, it's going to be a lot of you could talk yourself into Matisse Thybulle. You can talk yourself into Jabari Walker's, who's now got consecutive double-doubles off the bench, is probably somebody that screams out. But, so there you have it. That is the injury news. It's a lot. I don't know. Does anything stick out? Anything make you nervous, excited?
No, the Anthony Simons play I think can be quite nice this week. But I haven't seen what he's projecting, but I'm not sure if anything's been put in terms of the news that's come out that will then affect him. But no, I think there's quite a few options in terms of the slates. The one that I'm kind of nervous on is Luka, because I did watch that game against Philly and he was kind of hobbling about a little bit. He was like limping at times, had a few knocks where he stayed down, but he does play. But I think there might come to a point where they just give him a day off and let Kyrie have the reins and see where it goes. But I mean, that's just that's like kind of in a SORARE sense, a first world problem to have, is that my Luka Doncic might not play, I think is where we go.
Interesting. Yeah. So the only reason I would lean the other way is I feel like he has played through a couple of questionable tags, but they can't lose anymore. Like that was a tough week. That Sixers loss, I mean, that really changed how I felt about them. I know that's pretty reactionary, but just I couldn't believe they lost that game.
That's mad. The NBA is not a reactionary sport in any case, so that's how we can do it.
That's true. That is true. All right. If you are starting to fire questions in, don't you worry. We will get to them, except not the ones that you're asking right now because I won't see them. So save your questions until after we get through the projections. We're going to pop on over to Momentum Labs to see what they're cooking up for projections for this coming game week. We'll bang through 0 through 10 and work our way up, and I'll turn it over to our friend George. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Right off the top. We might have some dumpster diving that we can get into. Omer Yurtsevin, cap of 3, projection of 15. Only one game this game week. I guess Walker Kessler's still out. And he did play a little bit against Miami. Maybe he's popping. You see, we've got Yuta, who's already been ruled out for a game, though, so he's no dice. Johnny Davis, cap of 4, projection of 8. Bones, who looked like dog shit for the Clippers this week, and if I'm going to be honest, so I'm not even going to say his projection. Agbaji for the Raptors now with no Scotty Barnes. Jakob Poeltl questionable. He's got a cap of 9 with a projection of 20. Kobe Buffkin is a cap of 9 with a projection of 15. And then in the 10 range, basically Jake LaRavia is kind of it. Is there anybody in that 0 to 10 range that's making you tingle a little bit?
It's not an exciting play, but on the premise that Agbaji's sort of getting that starting role at 9, he's like an option that seems quite good. But again, it's not going to set the world on fire to me. But I've said this all year. I don't like the guys at 0 to 10 most weeks, but now we're getting into this sort of end of the season where teams are the teams that aren't in playoff contention. There is going to be every single game week a random, like an NPC character that is on the 15th slot of the team, and he's suddenly going to be, you have to own this man in your fantasy lineups, and that's just sort of how it goes. But yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I tried to get ahead of it today. I'm gonna share a screen of a different projection real quick for top tier. Here's who I'm rolling out today. Here's my gross. Bryce Sensabaugh, baby. Bryce
Nice.
Sensabaugh, lock and load, cap of 4, projection of 17. It's a terrible play. It's no good. But sometimes you gotta live a little, baby. You gotta live a little. All right,
Exactly.
let's in that range. Listen, you can talk me into your 7. I appreciate the shout out of Keon Ellis too in the chat. With the Kings having 3 games, it's definitely risky, Jamie. But I respect the take. Kobe Buffkin, whatever, give him a little bit of love. But I agree with you, your Agbaji call with no Barnes. I like he's going to be out there enough that he shouldn't kill you. That's what I like about it. All right, let's go 11 to 20. See if anything pops here. Banton, who a lot of talk about him over the weekend. He's going to cap 11 with a projection of 17.5 for the Blazers. Speaking of the Blazers, who might be missing a bunch of dudes, he would be someone that gets a little bit more run. See, Derrick Rose, Nikola Jovic are fine. But in the 12 range is where it really jumps off the page. Goodwin and Moody. Goodwin is a cap of 12, projection 26. Moody cap of 12, projection 23. Just a quick note on Moody. He's looked awesome since he's jumped into the lineup. A lot of that has been dependent on Podziemski missing time and Andrew Wiggins missing time. So just know that like maybe he played well enough to assert himself into the rotation, but know that that projection could be a little flimsy if they come back. I don't have any details on that, but just throwing that out there. Nicholas Batum's cap is 13, projection of 20. Kyle Lowry has a cap of 14, the projection of 20. In the 15 range, you see Hendricks has a projection of 27. Jabari Walker, who I was just talking about, cap of 15, projection of 23. Koulibaly's finally off the injury report. He has a cap of 15, projection of 21. Dennis Smith Jr., Dinwiddie, they're fine. I don't really love anybody in the 16 range. You see Lamar Stevens and Jaden McDaniels. 18 range DFS, Dorian Finney-Smith, Davion Sharp are fine. 19 Grady Dick. I actually listen. I'm gonna give Grady Dick's projection. I'm gonna give Grady Dick some Viagra. I think that projection goes up a handful of points because same thing with no Barnes and no Pirtle. Like he's gonna play a little bit more. I would jump him up to like 24, 25, 26 range. I actually kind of like him as a play this week. And then last but not least, Dennis Schroeder. Cap of 20, projection of 29. I know I did a lot of talking there. How are we feeling in that 11 to 20 range?
In this range in particular, I have a Taylor Hendricks, and I kind of like him this week again as
He's
another
been great.
play. Koulibaly potentially, I think he's off the injury report and he's back in the slate for it. And whenever Koulibaly plays, I kind of like him as a Wizard. So him, and I think going forward as well, especially as this Wizards team sort of chops and changes now towards the back end, should see a bump in Koulibaly as they try and just get him more reps on the court. And I quite like Kevin Huerter this week, 3 games, cap of 20. I always, if there's a team that's got 3 and the slate is normally 2 and 1, I will normally take, even if he's projecting a little bit lower than the main guys, I'll take the gamble on that 3rd game, especially just because you never know what can happen. So, and if he catches heat and then becomes the, what was it? Is it Velvet Thunder? Is that what he was describing?
Red Velvet,
Velvet Thunder. I think that's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference I've gone to there. But
it is.
you know,
Yes,
we'll
yes.
take that. That's what we've gone
God.
to.
I don't know if I've told you this, but I'm deep in a Brooklyn Nine-Nine rewatch right now.
Good.
We're in season 5. We're in season 5, and it's thriving. They just got married. It's an underrated show. I really do think that's an underrated show. All right, Kamara and Gary Trent here. We'll save it. We'll come back to it. Super Carl, you've been here before. You know the rules. All right, I know you're a dad, but you know the rules. Sam Merrill, yes, Sam Merrill is playable. That's not going to be updated, I think, with all of the injury news here. But Sam Merrill, I actually made a note to adjust my lineups because I do think he will pop a little bit more. I think probably similar to what we saw this most recent game week where he went from not projecting to projecting for like 18 to 20 points. So throw that up there. All right, this is the range we usually live in. Let's do it. Keldon Johnson, cap of 21, projection of 26. Gary Trent Jr., cap of 21, projection of 24.5. Same thing for Luke Kennard. Eric Gordon, roughly the same thing too. And then KCP, if he's back, cap of 21, projection of 22. Nembhard, Powell, and Cam Whitmore, all roughly the same. Kelly Olynyk, though, the pride of Canada, cap of 22, the projection of 32. He's been playing, he's been doing a lot of facilitating for the Raptors in their second unit off the bench. However, with no Jakob Poeltl, or potentially no Jakob Poeltl, he could get a little bit more of a boost. Same thing with Santi Aldama. I like Santi quite a bit. Nothing really popping until we get to the 25 range where Claxton. So Claxton's projecting well, but this is kind of like a taller Keegan Murray. And what I mean by that is that like he's projecting well, but it's also because he's been playing like dog shit. So keep that in mind. Scoot Henderson is still not back yet. So even like that's 1 out of the 3 games, I think, or 1 out of 2 games. Jordan Clarkson's off the injury report. I actually kind of think this is a sneaky play with potentially no Keontae George today. Asar Thompson, Trey Mann, they both project fine, nothing great. Cameron Johnson's kind of on a heater lately. Cap at 27, projection at 32. And then up to 29. Fred VanVleet seems to be the play of this range. Cap at 29, projection of 41. The aforementioned Keontae George projects for 36. And then Jalen Green, projects for 35. Drummond projects for 31. And that's really it in that range. I don't know. Anything tickle your fancy right there?
I mean, the obvious one there, if we're looking at the 30 range, would be Jordan Poole. He's the main play of the slate, but not including Jordan Poole, obviously. I think in that realm, then Jalen Green, just for how well he's been performing recently, I'm not mentioning Andre Drummond. And fair. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Yeah.
Yeah, I will actually mention Andre Drummond. I do kind of like him. I believe that's a team with 3 games, right? Is that 3 games this game week? Did I miss that? No, they do have 3 games this game week. I'm playing Drummond, I think, in one of my actually I might have changed my lineup, but I do like Andre Drummond. Fred VanVleet, though, I mean, his cap is 29. That's nuts. That is nuts that his caps come all the way down that low. So I do like Freddie quite a bit. I agreed to Jalen Green call, and then was there somebody else in that range that I'm interested in? I forget who it was. Whatever. We're gonna keep moving on. People don't need to see me scrolling. From the 30 range on, I'm just going to call out a couple. Emmanuel Quickly, especially with no Scotty Barnes. I know this is a cap at 33, projection of 38. I feel like he's got a higher ceiling. Şengün, speaking of guys not playing super well, he's come down quite a bit. Cap at 33 with a projection of 41, though. And then you see Jamal Murray's cap has come down to 34, and I got to take an L on that. I was saying be cautious with Jamal Murray. Man, he's been good. He's been so good for them. Lauri Markkanen's cap is down to 34. Paul George. Let's see if there's anybody that like jumps off. Everything else is pretty standard here. So we'll stop it there with the projection rundown. We'll get into questions here in just a second. Let's remind the people if you're just joining us. Let's see how many entrants into the giveaway we have. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel, put hashtag Spida into the chat for a shot at a rare tier card giveaway. We got 82 entrants, 115 of you in here. Let's start with Borland here. Borland asks, how is Beal projecting? How are you feeling about the Suns in general? What do you think about Bradley Beal?
Have we seen the Suns without Booker? Have we seen a Beal and KD game yet?
Just properly? last night, he dropped 31 points last night.
Yeah, I am. The jury's out, is what I'll say. The jury's out. I like them as a 3 when they're playing, and I despise saying this big 3 narrative yet again. But I think when everyone's healthy for them, I quite like them. It's just figuring the stuff out. And the issue with Beal is he's so injury dependent on this week that I think if he's at a cap of 25, I'd go for him. At 30 range, I think you might look for some other plays that could potentially come about, is what I'd say.
Yeah, I think with the guys that project in that same range, like Mikal Bridges, you could make an argument to play over him. I kind of like Beal. I do kind of like, especially if Booker's going to miss. Like, I don't know how often you can play Beal, so I'd take a dart throw on it, but I feel it. J Rose asked about Dante. Let's see, Dante, we have a cap at 38 with a projection of 37. It's funny, we can't really capitalize on Brunson potentially missing a game here because his cap is so high already. So I think you can really only play him if you think Brunson misses, but him being questionable for Tuesday, it's their only game this game week too. I feel like I'd try to find another spot, but I get it. Let's see what else we got here. All right, DG Pay. This is a long one, so get ready. Do I play Shea and Jovic or Garland and Jamal Murray? And for my, all right, let's just answer that one first because this is so many questions. Jesus, DJP. All right, who are you taking there? Shea and SGA and Jovic or Nikola Jovic and or Darius Garland, DeJounte Murray or Jamal? I don't know which Murray it is. Let's assume it's Jamal.
I think I'd go for Shea and Jovic is where I'd lean on that one.
Yeah, I think I would too. The other one, do I play Cat and Batum or Bridges and Tutu Kamara? I think Cat and Batum because I don't know if Kamara is playing. And then the last one I'll do too, Lively and Asar Thompson or Bam. Give me Bam and Coulibaly. Lively's minutes are getting squeezed a little bit. Could you check Bridges with 3 games? I think we just did. I think we just looked at Bridges, right? We said cap of 31 with a projection of 33. I mean, you could give him a ceiling on that if you want, but I don't know. Are you talking about Simons earlier? So Simons here has a cap of 32, the projection of 35. And the other guy is Jared Allen. Who are you taking between these two as I pull up Allen's, who has a cap of 35, the projection of 37?
I think Simon's the more fun pick, so I'd normally go for that one.
Yeah, I like Simons too this game week. The matchup kind of sucks tonight, but man, he's going to take a ton of shots. Julius is looking for Bam's projection. He's got a cap of 39 with a projection of basically 38. Let's see, Schroeder or Jordan Clarkson. This is kind of. Do you have any Schroeder takes?
I think he's very good at his cap this week. It's just sometimes, again, like I think the options at 30 are really, really good this week, which would then make me lean into incline. You need to look for people in that sort of 15 range. So if you can squeeze him in, I would, but I would prioritize guys in that 30 range over him, is what I'd say.
Yeah, I do love having Dennis Schroeder having 3 games. That's why I like him. So
Yeah.
I'd lean Schroeder. If Keontae gets ruled out, though, Clarkson should really cook. He really should. Roy, say for all defense, would you go Duran, Allen, Drummond, or Bagley, Gobert, Nurk? Where are you going there?
Duran, Allen, Drummond, or the first one, definitely. Duran, Allen, Drummond, 100%.
Yeah, Drummond could just get you 30. Well, we saw Nurk get 30 boards too, but that was whoever's playing OKC. Just get the big guy against OKC. Another Vooch, Drummond, Nurk, O'Neal, and Caruso for limited all defense. Yeah, that looks great, Tygo. Like it. All right. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., or Franz Wagner. Who are you taking between these 3? I know we didn't talk about Franz, but I believe he projects solid this week with a cap of 33 and a projection of 38 to 40.
Yeah, no, I really like France again. I mean, they're playing the Hornets and the Wizards, so in the slate. So, like, if you're expecting a game from them, it will be in this instance. I wouldn't be leaning on the Banchero side. He's just capped a bit too high, but yeah, that's how I'd lean for it from the Magic people.
Yeah, I'd been sweating some Paolo matchups lately. It's been kind of funny. He gets off to like in the first quarter, it's like 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 points, and then all of a sudden he scores like 15 straight points. And he's a monster. Jovic and Jabari Walker or Moody and Goodwin. Man, this is kind of. I feel like I really want Jabari Walker if people are going to miss these games. He's just going to be out there a lot. No, but I mean, Moody and Goodwin feel safer. What do you feel like?
Yeah, I'd go Moody and Goodwin. I think is where I would lean for that one.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, Gary Harris, is he still playing basketball? Gary Harris and Jalen Green or Peyton Watson and Miles Turner, right? I like that you said right at the end. Like you were like, I know, man, right? This sucks.
He just types out his message and he was like, damn, I can't believe I'm sending this, but right.
Where are you going there?
I'm going, as much as Miles Turner lets me down every time, I'm going to be going for Peyton Watson and Miles Turner. Yeah. Gary Harris is he has that, like, the Magic have done this year where they've given like naming rights starting positions to guards. Like Anthony Black was a starter for about 20 games and he started for the first 8 minutes, then came out and Carl Anthony just played. And you're like, why are you doing this?
But what are we doing? I know. Also, we got Tyler in the chat. Let's go, Tyler. KCP and Kamara, Buffkin and Io. I'm there. There's a world, Jason, where KCP and Kamara don't play. If I knew they were both playing, that's the one I would take. But it depends how risky you're feeling.
I am so out on playing KCP at the moment, especially in Contender. Every week he's doing this classic where they project really well, but Denver just don't need to run him in the ground at like 32 or wherever he is. They can just rest him if he's not feeling 100%. So they're being extra cautious with him. So if you've got other options, I'd lean on them.
Yeah. Borland it's hard said Orlando is hard to project. Yeah, predict. I totally agree. Isaac, I mean, you just need a steal and block game. He's gonna cap 18 with a projection of 16. Chris Boucher, that's a name I haven't. Is he playing right now? Is he on a team? He's still in Toronto. Cap at 13 with a projection of 17.5. I don't know. Maybe if Pirtle misses, he gets a little bit of a boost, but I'd be nervous about it. Who are you taking between Mobley and Allen?
Allen. I'd take Jared Allen. I think he's just the more safer play for the rebound stuff. I think Mobley has the potential higher ceiling in the dirty work in that sense, but I think Jared Allen, if I've got both, I'd play him.
The only reason I'm a little bit, because I was ready to agree with you, and then I remembered Mitchell's going to miss the next 3 games, and Mobley does a little bit more when Mitchell's out. But I kind of am with you that I'm a little bit nervous about. I'm a little bit nervous about Mobley like closing for the Cavs. Like it seems like he hasn't closed for them a couple of times. So Favorite? Do you have a favorite all defense play that's not Wemby?
Oh, that's not Wemby. I'm going to go rogue and say Nick Claxton. Not that
Oh,
that's
there
that
you
rogue,
go.
but I'll go for a Nick Claxton punt.
There you go. My heart wants to say Devin Vassell for this one, Tyler, because I love Devin Vassell. I really just enjoy watching him, but his cap's all the way up to 39, and Hart is putting up insane stat lines these days. And he's listen, Devin Vassell projects better. I think I'd still rock with Josh Hart. Have you been seeing any of this, man? It's like it's crazy.
The Josh Hart stuff has been phenomenal in terms like Tibbs must just like hug him 24/7. I feel like
Yeah,
he is the embodiment of that man. So, but yeah, I mean, at the minute you can't. What did he get? Like 65 or 68 the other night. So,
it was nuts.
in SORARE scoring. But yeah, I would lean on him, even though he's got the one game. But
All right, cool. Let me catch up. We already answered this one. I think we both said Franz was in a good spot there. Although I guess no, did we answer this one? Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Franz?
I think we did. I think we said France. Yeah.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's right there, but I am a little bit nervous. Kelly, yeah, dude, Masai's on one. Dame, JB, or Mikal Bridges. That will test your Mikal Bridges love this week because Dame has a cap of 38 with a projection of 37. Jalen has a cap of 35 with a projection of 35, and then Bridges is a little bit lower, right? Cap of 31. I don't know. Where do you land there?
I think the best matchup there would be Damian Lillard against the Warriors on March 7th in the midweek. But I think at 35, Jaylen Brown's the perfect one for it in the sense of that they're coming off of just playing so well at the minute. So I don't think they're suddenly just going to roll the Cavs or the Nuggets, but I think they're going to go in, put up big scores, but also then not get subbed out at halftime because both of these teams have decent defenses to not be down like 44 at the half. So
Right.
I would personally go for Jaylen Brown, but any one of them is a fine play, is what I'd say.
Yeah, totally agree. I think I would lean Jaylen Brown too, but I hear you. Fred VanVleet and J-Dub, Kawhi and Keegan, Herter and KD, or LeBron and Moody. Okay, this is kind of all over the place. At first glance, I think I'm just taking the first one. I'm taking Fred and J-Dub and knowing I'm getting two good scores, but that might be fishy. I don't know. Do you have a take?
I would actually go Kevin Herter and KD, just on the premise that obviously with Booker out now, Bradley Beal's great, but you'd expect Kevin Durant to be like, okay, give me the ball. This is me now. I'm going to carry the team in this little absence. And like I said before, Kevin Hert's got 3 games, might catch heat one time. He's at an L10 of 20. So
yeah,
I think again, the VanVleet and J-Dub's fine. I'm just going to personally go for that KD one.
Yeah. Taylor, boots on the ground. KCP was out for personal reasons. There we go. Alan, rate my champion lineup out of 10. Also, what would you change? Giannis, Kawhi, Lamar Stevens, Mikal Bridges, and Bradley Beal. Lamar Stevens just makes me nervous, but no Triple J. It sounds like, yeah, I mean, Giannis, Kawhi, Bridges, Bradley Beal is a great start. So if Stevens has to be the guy, there you go. Jamie says, would you risk Karis LeVert? Let me see if he is projecting. I think I would because I was surprised he missed yesterday. Cap of 27, projection of 27, but that was before the Mitchell news. 31. Yeah, I think I'd be okay risking him. Naz Reid or Jalen Suggs, 2 guys we haven't talked about. Suggs has a cap of 24, the projection of 25. Naz, you can see right up here, cap of 25, projection of 26. I feel like I always lean Naz Reid. Is that where are you at?
No, I think I'd go Jalen Suggs actually, just because I think the issue with the Magic guards at the moment, Anthony Black's not getting minutes. They're super cautious with Markelle Fultz, understandably.
Yeah,
and then Cole Anthony's so streaky as well. Like one of them randomly goes off. So Naz Reid, I'm a little bit lower on whenever there isn't any injury doubts or any injury questions around the big men at the Timberwolves. So Carl Anderson is questionable, but yeah.
I'll give you the one case for Naz Reid tonight is they're playing the Blazers, and it might be a Celtics Warriors score at halftime.
Okay.
There we go. Marvelous saying rank these for MVP. We got LeBron, Maxey, Kyrie, Ant. I mean, I guess if you think Luka is out, you can put Kyrie in this category.
I would go Kyrie, LeBron, Ant-Man, Maxey is what I would say.
Okay. I think I would go LeBron, Ant-Man, Kyrie, Maxey. Or actually Maxey then Kyrie. Only because, but again, it's if you think Luka's sitting. If you think Luka's sitting, Kyrie.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. That's
Yeah.
why I'm putting Kyrie first. But yeah,
Let's test your Simons love. You going Şengün or Simons?
I'm going Şengün. Shout out, Mr. U.
There you
we go.
go. Şengün. I would lean Şengün too. Thank you for the reply in the long one. One more question. Cat Jamal Murray or Brown or Tobias. It's not Tobias Harris. It's never Tobias
Harris. How is Tobias Harris being thrown?
I know he's had 2 good games, but it's never Tobias Harris. I think for me, I think I kind of want to play Jamal Murray. I think I kind of want to play Jamal Murray here. So that I think that's where I would land. But let me just check Towns. Towns is cap at 36 with projection at 34. We already did Brown. What was the other one? I'm not looking up Tobias Harris. Jamal Murray was Jamal Murray projects the best with 2 games. Yeah, let's rock and roll with Jamal Murray. Buddy Hield or Bagley. That's fun. This is fun. I like SORARE. He's got a cap of 28 with a projection of 30. That's Bags. I think it's Bags. I'm not even gonna Buddy kind of sucks right now. Are you going Buddy or
no, I'd be going Bagley.
yeah. Tiger says Jared Allen is consistent, but surely I pick Nurk rather than Allen because the ceiling is higher. I mean, I don't want people getting it twisted because he put up 30 boards the other night. Nurkic has a cap at 34, the projection at 33. Allen, we said, projects for 37.5. Let me check Nurk over here on top tier as well. Top tier projects for 40. So I don't know. How do you feel about that? Where would you go?
No, I really wouldn't on the. I think that the Nurkic injury stuff is just too much for me. Is what I don't think that it's worth the gamble over it. Like he might score 5 more, but there's more of a chance that he limps off. So that's what I'll say.
Yes, Darius Garland is a great play because his cap has only come up to what? 30. And I know it says he projects for 32, but that's pre-Donovan news. He probably is closer to 40. Yeah, Gobert, always a great play. Mikal. Okay, so here we go. Bridges, Simons, or Cat. Where are you going there?
I'd go Mikal. There is where I'd say.
Yeah. I like Cat against Indy. I don't love his matchups. Not that I don't love his matchup tonight. I just think the game's going to be so gross. But anyways, Giannis or Jokic? I'm taking Jokic here.
I think Giannis is at a low enough cap that you can get him as a second guy to an MVP.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I'm a little bit nervous that he's still got that Q tag and we haven't gotten any news in the last 30 minutes. But
Giannis?
Yeah.
I think he plays.
Yeah. Sohan or Norm Powell? I actually think this is probably Powell. It's gonna be close. Cap 21 projection at 21.5.
I think Sohan's good at 22, but up against Powell, the Clippers are coming off like a big road game in a back-to-back. So I feel like if there's going to be any minutes dished out, Norm Powell's normally the guy that will step up for this. And he just scored like 21 the other night. So
yeah, he had a great game.
Norm Powell, yeah.
Leon's saying Derek. So Derek White projects for, excuse me. I think I'm going to take the other guys that you listed though. Derek White projects for 31 and he's a cap at 33. So Allen definitely projects better than him. And Reeves also projects better for I would rank them Allen, Reeves, and then White. That's what I would do. Keon Ellis, I don't think was popping on this sheet, but hold on, because again, if Fox is back, the Keon plays kind of dunzo. Yeah, he's not projected.
He was at shoot around, right? Fox.
Yeah.
Sunshine
says for my all defense, I'm running AD, Bam, Drummond, and Claxton. That leaves me at 27 at the moment. I have B-Ball Paul as my 5th player. All right, cap of 27. Because B-Ball Paul, they just took out of the starting lineup.
I mean, they did, but they did. I think like it's primarily just because they wanted a little bit more size. But he still plays good minutes. It's like the Jordan Poole stuff. It's like, yeah, we're going to bench him and then still play him 35 minutes. It's just like, right, okay.
I think Asar Thompson is a good pivot there if you don't want to play him. I still think Paul Reed's fine. And then, like you said, Claxton with oh no, you're already playing Claxton. Excuse me, you're already playing
Claxton. In the all defensive stuff, I don't mind Zubac. It's just he had a really bad game the other night. Is the only thing with it. But Derek Lively, but the rookie card of his is probably going to be really expensive. So
yeah. I think I'd probably just stand pat with what you got. Batum or McDaniels for the last spot in underdog. I'd go Batum based on projections. Is that what you would do too?
off project. Yeah, I can't remember what their caps are, if I'm being completely honest. But Batum's probably more likely to be a better fantasy scorer than McDaniels is going to be.
Actually, it's pretty close. You save 3 cap on Batum, and he projects 1 point better. So he does project better, but it is closer than I thought. CGC, is Hallie a play at all since he's been straight doo-doo? Yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on with Halliburton. He's still going to project really well because it is Halliburton. Cap of 40, the projection of 52. But, man, he has looked broken. I don't know if he's not healthy or what, but it's tough. Wendell Carter, Norm Powell, or Gary Trent Jr. I'm going to take Gary Trent Jr. out. I know that they're injured, but I just can't trust the Gary Trent Jr. points. If you feel differently, you can say. But who are you taking out of those 3?
No, I mean, I'm playing Gary Trent Jr. on the premise that I have him and he's projecting well, but every time I play him, he's always just the classic, like he projects for 35 and then we'll get like 9 and a steal. And that's just what he does.
Gary does project the best of those 3. He does. I think I would.
He always will. He always does project well, but he rarely delivers. And if he does, it's like marginally above. I can't remember the last time he had a massive game. And as I say he had 38 yesterday. But I'd actually go Wendell Carter. Carter as well. I'd lean on that one.
That's where I would land. Best play between 15 and 20. I feel like we had, all right, Taylor Hendricks and Jabari Walker are probably the 2 that popped the most here. Let me see if I missed anybody else. Yeah, and then at 20, you got Dennis Schroeder and Kevin Huerter, who we were talking about earlier. Allen was Fred VanVleet and Jalen Green both project really well. Fred VanVleet projects as one of like the best plays value wise. Do you if you had to pick one, who are you taking there?
I'd just go Jalen Green, but both are very good. You can make the argument for both, I'd say.
Yeah, I think I'm playing both of them this week. Garland or Fred VanVleet, again, both are very close. I think I would lean Freddie here.
All depends on the Donovan news, but I think Freddie, yeah.
Donovan's definitely out for 3 games. He's out for the next.
He's definitely okay. Then I would just go for Garland. Then yeah.
Thoughts on prioritizing all defense with AD, Gobert, Nurk, Jabari, and Brook? I mean, listen, that lineup looks awesome. You just have to know you're going against Wemby, who's 5 blocks a game. So, Luke Cornett or Precious Achiuwa seems it is Precious. Yes, Garland's a good play. Sorry, I'm behind on these. So I'm going to try to do some rapid fire to catch us up here. Cap of 25. It's all the guys that I just listed a second ago, plus Kelly Olynyk projects really well. And then you see Claxton and Keegan Murray and Jordan Clarkson. Kuminga, Asar, Cam Johnson. Give me Kuminga, Cam Johnson, Asar in that order. Is the hashtag Spider? Yes, it is. Moody, Fox, Moody and Fox, or Murray and Jamal Murray? Okay, this is a fun one. So Fox has 3 games. Let's assume he's playing 2 of them. Are you taking Fox and Moody or Keegan Murray and Jamal Murray?
Just go De'Aaron Fox and Moody. I think De'Aaron Fox is going to do really, really well in this slate. That's what I'd say.
I need to know from Aaron. I'm going to stop sharing projections for a second. Where are you seeing Keon Ellis projecting? I'm looking at multiple sites. No, I got 0 Keon Ellis projections, and I know it's 3 games, but you got to go through so many guards before Keon Ellis is a play. So I just want to caution people, and I'll happily be wrong, but we don't know if Keon Ellis is going to play. So I would definitely lean Lamar Stevens. So there you go.
Triple J just got ruled out. So
Triple J out. There we go. Indiana Pacers fan. We got 2 accounts again. Welcome back. 2 different avatars. Love to see it. Let's see. Kuz and Freddie or Simons and Şengün. Oh, this is just a sex. This is straight sex trying to figure out these. I'd go Simons and Şengün. Even though the Kuz and Fred VanVleet look nice.
Yeah, Simons and Şengün for me. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think so. Josh Hart's a fine play, Coop, but he's a great play if Brunson is out, but he's fine right now. Butler, Kyrie, Steph, Durant, Vooch, or DeJounte?
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Yeah, we just talked about Hallie. Hopefully you heard that. Day'Ron Sharp or Mo Wagner. I like so rare too. Who are you taking between these 2? Because I can't.
Day'Ron Sharp. I'm not taking Mo Wagner. Day'Ron Sharp. I'm not taking Wagner.
I just can't get the Nets right ever. Arthur's asking for John Collins, Franz Wagner, and Miles Turner. Give me Franz, even though I do kind of like John Collins.
No, I like John Collins tonight.
Yeah, the matchup's great. The matchup is great. So I don't hate it either. Pick 2 of Keegan, Karras, and Monk. You know, it's funny. People probably are like, "Oh, De'Aaron Fox is back. Monk's a bad play now." Monk does the same shit no matter who's
Oh, yeah.
playing. Who are
I
you two
go
here?
Karras and Blake.
Yeah. Kawhi Leonard's in the chat. I would take Cade Cunningham over Mobley. Will Ish Wainwright play? No, I don't think so. I think the Ish experiment's done. Alan, who is the best MVP? You can't pick Joker and Luca according to you. So you know what? I'm just gonna say this now. If it's not Joker and it's not Luca, it maybe is Giannis, and if it's not Giannis, it's Wemby for the rest of the year. It's Wemby for the rest of the year, man. I want Wemby over AD. I want him over Sabonis. I want him over SGA, over Tatum, because the blocks and steals upside is insane. He's basically averaging 5 stocks a game, 15 points right off the bat.
Yeah, I hear you. I think I would maybe just give it to AD. But there's certainly the argument there for
yeah.
For
And I
Wemby.
like. Oh god, sorry.
No, for Wemby. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, all those guys are great. All those guys are great. I've just decided that, like, AD probably outscores Wemby 3 out of every 5 slates, let's say. But the times that Wemby outscores AD, it's probably by 30. Like, I feel like he can get 90 at any given time.
There's a super rare Wemby up on the auction that's going to come up now, and obviously he's just started playing like his best basketball of the year as well. So
yeah,
I'm very interested to see where that lands, because the first one went for just under 9 ETH, and then there's the All-Star one went for just under 3. So I wonder where that gets priced at, because he's playing much better. Like, since the All-Star, he was playing well before it, but since, it's just been like, he's been putting up like 7 blocks. Just, okay, right, 5 blocks, 5 steals. Okay, casual. So
it's also tough because he's pumping a little bit, right? It's like hard to track.
I think it's as well. Like, I mean, there's only 5 of them on the whole thing. So whenever he does pop in Super Rare, you need him, and that's what's gonna, like, in Super Rare Champion, it pays down to like 13 places. And if you don't have a Wemby when he pops, or if you have a Wemby when he pops, you've like won. So the return on the investment for it, if you have the disposable capital for it. None of this is financial advice, but it's very good.
All right, real quick, let's stop sharing this, and let's remind the people here to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and put hashtag Spida into the chat for a shout out. A rare tier card. We're up to 116 entrants. So go ahead and do that now if you haven't done so. We're gonna fire off like 5 to 7 more 5 to 7 more minutes of questions, and then we'll begin to wrap up. And just a reminder, too, if you check the pinned chat, sign up for the VIP, because we do a live after dark that starts right after this show ends, just for the VIPs. We give away another rare tier card. We look at the optimizers, so see what, like, if you took the projections and pressed a button, it spits out the best lineup. We're going to look at that, hang out for a little bit, goof around. So sign up for that if you haven't done it yet. George, what do you got going on over in the Swingman pod? I'm going to drop a link to y'all right now.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. We had a new podcast dropped today at 5 o'clock. We discussed everything with the NBA playoffs and the eyes on the playoffs. Had a little bit of chat about a Rookie of the Year debate with Chet and Wemby, and where we land on that, but predominantly about who we think kind of the teams that we should be targeting for the playoffs. It lends itself into the SORARE realm if you are playing SORARE NBA and you're kind of wanting to get your gallery, in the sense of that, you're ready for when the playoffs hit. This would give you a little bit of an understanding of where we think teams will be come playoff time. And then obviously as well, go and check out, if you haven't watched it yet, my video on the NBA Paris versus New York experience. It was a labor of love and a long time in the making, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out as well. So
yeah, it came out great. I checked it out. We pumped it last live before lock. So if you haven't checked that out yet, go do it. I just dropped a link in the chat. Go subscribe to Swingman. 842 subs. Get that man over 1K. All right, I'm going to do rapid fire for like 5 just to catch us up. Kuzma and Schroeder, or PG and Schroeder, or Eldama. Give me Kuz and the Schroeder. I'm excited about. I like this Washington-Utah game tonight. I think it's going to be fun. Olynyk is a good play. We don't know who's starting. We're waiting to see if he's ruled out, if Pirtle is going to be ruled out. Here we go. This is for you. He's already playing Schroeder. Would you take Garland or Mikal Bridges here?
Garland. Mikal Bridges is just, I can't trust Brooklyn at the minute.
Yeah, I can't.
It's the only thing. Yeah.
We're gonna go Şengün, Kuzma, Wagner, Paul George. There we go. There we go. Look, there we go. 9723 GIYBDBF won the giveaway last time, and we all joked while it was spinning around that this was a bot, and then the bot won. One of Gordon Hayward, OKC. Is he going to get any playing time there, you think? Not in a meaningful fantasy way. Like he might give you like 12 to 16 playoff minutes, which is good for OKC. But Royce O'Neal and Caruso. Royce O'Neal, shout out Royce O'Neal. Has been sneakily balling. Or Jabari Walker and Allen for defensive. I feel like I lean Walker and Allen. Is that where are you at?
Yeah, I'd go Walker and Allen.
Yeah. D4 says J-Dub with 2 games or Kobe White with 3.
Kobe.
Go ahead. Kobe, yeah. I think it's Kobe too. Let me pull the projections back up too. Ellis is my guy. I like his hair. Okay. Okay, Allen, play like Ian then. All right, last rank. All right, I'm assuming this meant last question. Rank Derek White, Dosu, and Beal. Thanks for the live before live. Hey, we love to have you here, Leon. Derek White, Dosu, and Beal. I kind of like Bradley Beal. I know you have some concerns about Beal, but I think between these 3, I would take Beal. Do you have a Derek White take or a Dosu take?
The only take I have on Derek White is he has more blocks this year than Giannis, but apart from that,
wow, what a stat!
Yeah,
what a stat. Speaking of Derek White or Emmanuel Quickley, with no Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickley is almost locked in for like 17 points and 10 dimes the rest of the way. So I'm going to keep riding IQ. Give me Jabari Walker in this one. Şengün, Mobley, Duren, Ayton. Honestly, in the order that you have them. you already figured it out. We got Fiorello's back, baby. Bam Adebayo or Mobley for all defense. Where are you going here?
Bam. Give me Bam.
Yeah, I would say Bam. You know what? Ceiling Mobley though, but I would play Bam like 8 out of 10 times. Did not realize lock is over 1 hour away. Honestly, me neither. What is the first game at 7:30? Is that why?
Yeah, it's a 21. There's no midnight games here. It's 10:01 where I am. So
yeah,
yeah.
It's 10:01 right now.
No, it's 10:01.
Oh,
the first tip.
Got you.
Yeah.
Well, that's just another reason to go sign up for the VIP in the pin chat. We're up to like get this up. We're up to like 50. Let's get up to triple digits. Let's do it so I can retire. Jalen Green and Fred. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit. I think they're both really good plays. George Lean, Jalen Green. So there you go. That was the takeaway pick. Quickly and Franz or Fox and come. Oh man, I swear to God, I think I'm taking Quickly and Franz here. We still don't even know if Tutu, as I forget who called him Tutu Kamara. We don't know if Kamara is playing yet, so keep that in mind. All right, here's a bunch of Spider chats. One of Bones Highland limited. No, Bones isn't any good. I'm sorry. It's a cool card. He's a cool player, but he's very bad. Also, one of Duncan Robinson that I traded for a Paul George. Was that a good? Yeah. You traded Duncan Robinson for Paul George? All right, good. Let's see. Team Hold is a great resource for people who are okay. This is Sneeps is using AI. Zeely's putting the same comment in again. It's Bobby Portis time. Did Giannis get ruled out? Is that what you're saying? No. You said it's Bobby Portis time. That made me nervous. Giannis cuts pregame routine short during warmups.
Oh, okay.
I gotta tell you. So nobody's gonna give a shit about this. An underdog drafts today. I put AD1, SGA2, and Giannis 3 because I was nervous, and I have been wrong on everything. This is the first time I'm going to be right. Wow.
Yeah, but you can look at it like you was wrong, or you can look at it like you was 100% wrong, and that sounds better. So
I was 100% wrong until tonight. I think tonight will be the first time I was right.
To be honest, that doesn't actually mean anything. Like, cuts pre-game routine short. Like, has he just been injured? I know it's his Achilles, but there's like what? Has he just decided? Oh, I'm going to just chill out for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe he got a phone call.
Yeah, like maybe he was hungry and he wanted a snack before. Like,
maybe
there's no actual sense. So
it's a great point. Maybe he was hungry. All right, this is going to put George to the test here because we think Booker's
KD.
out. And you think Luke is out. You take KD over Kyrie. Okay.
KD.
All right, hold on. How is Kuminga projecting? Let me go back to where I was.
Giannis ruled out. He just got ruled out. So
wow.
he wasn't hungry and he didn't go for a snack. He actually went to leave the building.
God, so, I never get this shit right. Let's go. I can't wait to find a new creative way to lose money tonight.
Yeah, that's now a Bobby Portis.
Yeah, that is
God's
Bobby
sake.
Portis season. Get those eyes up, baby. It's Bobby Portis. And then if it's a blowout, it's the NASA season. All right,
Yeah.
Kaminga has a cap of 29 with a projection of 25. I think he's still fine, but his cap's come up. A lot of people were saying, wait, where's George from? I thought George was from the UK.
I am UK. Yeah, I am UK.
Yeah. Did you know Gilliard signed with the Nets? I did not know that. What? All right. He may needed to. Well, if it was a bad shit, then Jamie. Give me Bagley over Royce. Let's see. Giannis is working on his next dad joke. Yeah, there you go. Wow, ruled out. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Did Dame just become a play? There we go.
Oh, there we go. Dame season. I might have to go and change my rare lineups now. Great.
Yeah, it honestly, although maybe this is how we learn if Dame is just the most washed. It's a tough man. Like, do they put Kawhi on Dame then?
I don't know. I think Paul George will take him, and then they'll put Kawhi on Bobby, is what I would guess. But yeah.
Borland says Swingman podcast sounds like a baseball thing. But
it's not. It's a basketball thing, man. We've been doing it for like 4 years, so it's definitely basketball as well.
No, I think he just means the name Swingman. But also, you're the Swingman. You're swinging.
I mean, the actual origins of that is that one, there's the swingman jerseys that are done for the basketball stuff, but two, a swingman is like a guy that can play guard or forward. And we was just talking about Paul George, and he kind of fits to that one. So
Absolutely.
that was the origins on it.
Makes sense. All right, gang, we caught up on the questions. We get the Giannis news right at the end. Let's do it. Last call for a couple things here. Last call to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, put hashtag Spida, and then again, I'll plug it again. Sign up for the VIP if you haven't done that. We're going to do live after dark right after this, although I didn't even ask George if he wanted to do it, so now it feels like he's going to feel peer pressured into it. So maybe he will be there, maybe he won't. I just dropped another link too, one more time in there. Go check out the Swingman podcast. Let's get those numbers up. All right, let's see. We're up to 131 entrants. I'll wait a second here. But you know what? If you haven't done it yet, Lonnie Walker. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'll stop the presses here. Zeely said Lonnie Walker instead of Looney Walker. Zeely. All right, we get a Lonnie with 3, Batum or Gary Payton. I think I would take my shot on Lonnie Walker. Let's ride. Tygo says, what card is up for grabs? Honestly, Tygo, I never know. It's a rare. I promise you it's not like a $3 rare card, but it depends. It's somewhere in like a playable card to. It's not a great card, but it's not a bad card. Like I'm not.
You know what I did?
Okay.
Today so I did a little stream just to build some lineups. I hadn't done one for a while, and I like tested out this tool, and I never normally do. I normally just pick a comment at random, and I had it. I was like, okay, I came like top 100 to get in the common stuff, and I always give those cards away. Yeah. I was like, because it's just a tier 5, I had another tier 5. I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw both of them in. So done the draw before I did the cards, then opened them both, and it was a Jalen McDaniels twice. So I was like, oh, well, you're getting 2. So
That's great. Borland saying, is Giannis going to be back for game 2? Dude, I have no idea. I actually kind of thought he was going to play tonight. And so the fact that he warmed up and then had to leave early makes me nervous.
I still think he's got a tummy ache, personally, is what we'll say. I think that's what's happening.
He's got an Achilles tummy ache.
He's got it. Yeah. Well, no, his tummy ache was so bad that as he was like crouching down, he's like Achilles was like a little bit tired. But yeah.
No, it makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, let's spin this thing. If you win it, shoot me a DM at Mike Zakarian. Also, just join the Discord. Subscribe to all of our channels. We also have an F1 show now. We have an F1 show. You guys got to go. Ron, dude, this is, you know what I love about this? It's not like the Lion. Sorry, Leon the Lion. I'm looking at yours. It's not Sneeps. It's not 3B579. It's not Donkey Dick. It's Ron. Ron won this giveaway. Ron seems to be, yeah, that's right, Ron. Let's go. Make some noise for Ron. Ron, shoot me a message at Mike Zakarian. Also, no, I really am going to plug the Team Hold Racing here for a second. You guys go subscribe to that if you haven't had a chance to. Each and every week, we're going to go in and talk about how Red Bull's probably going to win. Although maybe not, because Max might be on Mercedes by the end of the year. So go subscribe to that channel. that we just dropped into the chat. We're going to make George come on too. Because George, I know you are. Whoa, Boston Base gifted a Team Hold SORARE membership. Holy shit. Let me know who gets it. But yeah, George, you're deep in the F1 streets, right?
No, I am indeed. I think this year is going to be very challenging to make 24 pieces of content around each race. But you know what? We'll see how it goes. Race 2, Ferrari and Mercedes should have. We're going to bore people here talking about F1, aren't we? On a basketball show, I probably should not do that.
Yeah. We'll save. We'll
I mean, there's drama. Someone's being found out for, race fixing. So everyone loves that in the NBA streets, some drama. So
dude, you know who's the happiest person in the world right now about the race fixing article? Christian Horner. He was like,
just look over here. Nothing to see here. Yeah.
Go read something else. All right, gang, go sign up for the VIPs. We're going to fire this up in a second. And Steve's was mentioned. That means Cam Johnson's going to drop 31. There you go. That's the last piece of alpha you get out of here. Appreciate everyone tuning in. If it was your first time here, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back with a value hunting episode on Wednesday. And then we do this show every single slate. So we'll be back on Friday as well. For the Swingman pod, George, for myself, we out.